All right, friends, here we go. It's hour number 2 of the Matt and Murphy Radio Show, Super Talk 99.7 WTN. At some point this hour, we will speak to Matt Van Epps, who is a U.S. congressional candidate for the 7th District of the state of Tennessee. Jackson, I know that I offered you pecan earlier because I try to share, and our good friends.
I'm taking the pecan.
I got trouble now because our good friends J.K. and Erica Brister, fine people, a U.S. Pest, wonderful organization. They brought us pie and a turkey. But
I'm taking pecan.
My wife now says she wants the pecan, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Tell her you made previous arrangements.
All right, I'm going to tell her that, and we're going to see what.
Why don't you half it? Put half in one pan and half in the other, and there you go.
Split the baby.
Yeah,
that's what Jay
But then
says.
one of us doesn't win, Jay. We tie.
I'll take it under advisement, Jay. I mean, I like that, but Jay, that's a great idea that also feels very messy, and it feels like that will take an amount of time that I'm not ready for.
Well, just go ahead and eat half the pecan, and then,
we could just eat the pecan pie during the show.
That's what I was going to say. Just eat it during the show.
I already promised the pecan pie to Jackson, and he wants me to make good on his promise and bring you the pumpkin pie. What am I supposed to do? ? Okay. I just texted that. So that's voice to text right there, boys. One way or the other, thank you for the delicious goodies I'm trying to share in the spirit of Thanksgiving. It is our Thanksgiving Eve show. The first hour of the show, I mean, we were going to have a lot of fun, and we're still going to have a good time today. We'll continue talking about early voting, which is now complete in most areas. I think it wraps up at 4:30 in some districts, but it's done. Clarksville, I believe it was 12 o'clock today. So we'll continue talking about that. I'm curious if I can get, and I will not argue with you. I won't. I'll judge you privately, maybe, but is there anyone listening to our radio show that would be willing, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, to call and tell us why they have supported and or voted for Afton Bain? And the reason I ask, statistically, I would feel like there are some of you out there. Because we're being told that statistically, Afton Bain is within the margin of error. Now, I don't believe this. Not for a moment. But I'm wondering if I could convince one of you to pick up the old telephone and dial 615-737-9986. 615-737-9986. And just say, I'm supporting Afton, and here's why. I'd love to hear from you. Or John Thorpe, or Captain Terry, but mostly Afton Bain. I genuinely want to know what it is about this candidate that you support. Now, do I believe that we'll get a call? I don't know. I would love to. I'd love to think that some of our left of center listeners, I know you're out there. I know you listen. You claim you don't, but you do. I'd love to think that some of you believe in your candidate enough that you're willing to step forward and announce why you're voting for them. And once again, your host will not argue with you. I will not argue with you. I will not try to debate you. I will not try to dissuade you from your decision. I just genuinely want to know what it is about this candidate that is appealing to anybody in the 7th Congressional District. Anyone. Now, I don't believe the Emerson poll. Y'all know me in polls. I'll go over it again. I'll tell you why you shouldn't believe it either. In the meantime, we have 2 National Guardsmen that have been shot in Washington, D.C. As of right now, the motive of the shooting appears unclear. I've told you that the dynamics behind this and the rhetoric that has been presented on so many national media networks behind this regarding the National Guard has to lend itself to what happened today. And I'm sick of it. And I got very emotional in the first hour of the show. If you missed any of that, you can catch up with it on the podcast at Supertalk 99.7 WTN or 99.7WTN.com. In the meantime, we have a 7th Congressional District to think about. And we have Thanksgiving to think about. So let's see if I got a response. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right, so I've got to take some of this pecan pie. So if we got to half it or something, we got to go halve.
You can take it, Matt.
No, Jackson. Don't play that with me.
You can have it.
Well,
I will be the bigger man because I know.
Are you okay with the pumpkin?
Yeah, I'm fine with the pumpkin.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
In exchange.
Because E made pumpkin.
That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. So. And, I'm going to read this. This was the response. You heard what I said to her, right?
Yes.
You heard that. The response was, I already made pumpkin. My mama can't have pecans, and since J-Baby lives at home, and I'm sure his mama has a spread for tomorrow, I want some pumpkin pie. Tell Jay, not Jay Harper, by the way. I think this is Jackson. His decision will have repercussions.
Yeah, you can have the pecan.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either, but I don't like it.
I think she means she'll hold out future goodies.
And Christmas is coming up.
And Christmas is coming. You want to just.
Yeah, you just take the pecan.
Yeah,
you take the pumpkin too.
You just no. The pumpkin's yours. You can have the pumpkin. And I'll tell you what, we'll split the turkey in thirds. How about that? Y'all ready for that? We'll get on that at 7:00 tonight. I've got the knife. Bonnie is next. Bonnie, thank you for your call. How are you?
Yes. Well, I haven't been doing too well. I didn't really want to talk about that subject that you were talking about, and I do apologize. My little dog's been sick, and supposedly he has cancer.
Oh, no.
So anybody out there that has an animal that's got this, it's really sad. And, you know, I've heard a lot about ivermectin, and I've been reluctant to get it, and I finally got some from the co-op because it's a lot of rumors about the ivermectin helps with cancer. So, if anybody's listening and they want some, the co-op down in Lynchburg got a variety, and she said it just flies off the shelf, that a lot of humans are taking it. So I've been really sad, and it's just going to be terrible, when I lose the dog. So,
what type of cancer, Bonnie? Do you know?
Well, if I can spell it, it's I got it on my phone. It's just a second, and I'll tell you. It's HEM. Let me see if this is it. Nope. Give me just a second.
No, you're okay. You're good.
I think it's HEMAN something GISARCOMA. It's a cancer of the blood vessels, and it's a real fast growing cancer, and it can just come on you immediately, But I feel bad because he went in for the way it happened, his urine was a little dark, and I took him in the first time, and they said it was an infection, and the doctor in Tullahoma said that he thinks he caught it in time, and I said, what do you mean you caught? And he said, well, the bilirubins were high in the urine. That means infection. Where's it coming from? Second time I took him in, still infection, so he took doxycycline and prednisone. So he started acting strange on the prednisone.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't eaten his dog food in 2 weeks, so I have to feed him with a syringe.
Oh, no.
So in the last few days, he's getting a little weak.
What's his name?
Coco.
Coco. Okay.
Yeah, it's really makes me sad.
Well, I know. It does. Well, Bonnie, we're thinking.
I do believe, that a lot of people listen to your show, and if there's any spiritual people out there that like to pray for him. Don't pray for me, but pray for him.
How old is little Coco?
11.
11. Okay. Well, we're praying for him, Bonnie, and if I get any suggestions, I'll relate them to you. You keep listening, and if there's any opportunity for a suggestion, what is the so? Well,
see, I don't have any money, okay, and even though people have money and they take them to have chemo and a lot of this immune therapy and stuff like that, you know, you can really put your money on them, and sometimes it just doesn't keep them alive. I know a man, his wife got a really strong chemo for her, and it messed her heart up and killed her. So I asked the doctor, when's he going to die, and he said he could die tonight, tomorrow, in a month. You know, we really don't know. But when it happens, the little blisters come up on their blood vessels, and if they pop like a balloon, they can bleed out internal.
Well, y'all, it's well, a lot of people are offering prayers up on the YouTube chat and on the Super Talk text line, Bonnie, and I'm offering prayers up too. I know they're family members. They're part of our lives, and they mean so much to us. And we're praying for Coco. And if anybody offers any suggestions that I think is worth relating to you, I certainly will, Bonnie.
Well, thank you, and thanks to everybody listening.
Of course. Absolutely, 100%. Thank you, Bonnie, for the call. God bless you. God bless Coco. And I hope everything works out as best as it can. 21 after the hour. We've got Afton Bain voters on the line. And I promised I wouldn't yell or try to dissuade them. But Kelly's going to talk with us. David's going to talk with us. If you're an Afton Bain voter and you want to talk with us, by all means, tell me what the deal is. 615-737-9986. We'll do that next on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Jay, did you have that accident near Arno Road at 840? I think it just happened. I just got a report on it.
Okay, yeah. No, nothing has popped up officially on that, but I'll certainly dig into it.
Yeah, 7732 says that a three-car accident on 840 westbound just past Arno Road just happened, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Listen, folks.
I see that there. Okay, thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem at all. Jay Harper in the newsroom, also doing traffic duty. Our man, Jackson Williams, is behind the glass screening your telephone calls, making sure that everything that comes out of our speakers sounds as good as possible. And your host is Matt Murphy until 7 o'clock tonight. So, obviously, 65 southbound, northbound. I mean, 65 is going to be insane for just a hot minute because of Thanksgiving traffic. We recognize that. Now, we had Bonnie call about Coco the dog, and someone suggested turkey tail. We give turkey tail to our dogs. It's a cancer fighter. So I didn't think about that. So, Bonnie, that might be an opportunity for you. Research it online. It's turkey tail mushrooms is what it is for Coco. You can research that. So there's that. All right. Did you tell him that it'll be after the bottom, or has he got to go now?
Let me inquire.
Yeah. We'll have more time. I just don't want to limit him on time. In the meantime, Kelly, I asked if there were any Afton voters in the audience, and I'm just curious why they are Afton voters. And Kelly said that she's voting or has voted for Afton. Kelly, you're on the radio. Good afternoon.
Hi, Matt. Thanks for having me on.
Of course.
Yeah, I've been a long-time listener and supporter of 99.7, like all the way past Michael Del Giorno and back. And so I fully admit that, like, my intention at the start of this was to actually not vote for Afton. But I live in the Madison community, and I have witnessed her really take the concerns of this community to heart, and she has done that through working with the elder population that is here and really kind of talking with developers that are coming into Madison, helping to make sure that they will have housing as part of what's being built through Madison. I've seen her at different forums and just really in the community. And so that's something that I just really admire. And I actually love the fact, I believe she's come on your show a couple times. Is it yours, Matt?
She has come on our show in the past, yes.
Yeah, and I actually once again, I really admire the fact that she's been brave enough to do that, and that she's willing to talk about kind of any topic with anybody. And I think she even met some 99.7 listeners for coffee. Like, she invited anyone who would want to go to coffee of the radio to come and have coffee with her. And she ended up meeting a couple people, and I love the fact that she was just willing to come to the table. So come to the table, whether it was with primarily Republican listeners, come to the table in our community to hear the concerns of what's happening. And so that's kind of why I have changed my vote.
Okay. It was her willingness to speak with people that she perhaps might disagree. That's what I heard you say. I mean, I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Yeah, and I just think with Matt, like, I just haven't seen him be publicly out there. I haven't seen. I mean, I know kind of what his policies are, but as far as being in the communities and that kind of a thing, I just haven't seen that investment. And so it was just refreshing for me to see somebody who was really out talking to the people.
Very good.
Yeah.
What
thanks for having me on.
What specific policy position of Afton's would you say most appeals to you?
I kind of started following her when she did the whole pot for pot. And then also the grocery tax is one that I do support of hers as well. So
okay.
That would probably be the one that comes to mind.
Okay. Well, very good. I asked and answered. Thank you so much, Kelly, for responding to the call to action. And thank you for your call today. 615-737-9986. It's 4:30. We'll talk with Matt Van Epps, who I believe will be the next congressman from the 7th Congressional District coming up after this following Tuesday. I don't believe this Emerson poll, as far as you can throw it. I'll explain that to you in just a couple of minutes, and we'll talk to Matt Van Epps himself right after this on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. If not, your voting opportunity comes next Tuesday if you live in the 7th Congressional District. And to encourage you to go and vote and to explain to you the importance of your vote, we welcome back to the show Matt Van Epps, who joins us on the Murphy Show hotline to talk about the finish line, which is in sight now. Matt, good afternoon. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, Matt. Thank you so much. Honored to be on with you again. And we're really excited. We've got great momentum, and we're pushing really hard to next Tuesday, December 2nd.
You know, I don't know what to make of this poll. I don't believe this new poll that came out from this liberal polling organization for a moment, but I also want to present it like it's true to make sure that all the conservatives know how important it is for them to get out to vote, because here's the deal. This district, you know the district better than me, Matt. You've been canvassing this thing for the last how many months. These are conservative-minded people that do not need a radical like Afton Bain in their world, and certainly in Congress. And if they know that there's a vote and they get out to vote, I don't think we have to worry about this thing. But at the same time, we need to make sure that they're aware of it, correct?
I think that's exactly right. We are out in front. Our margin's only growing. It's only grown over the last 48 hours. The turn. I was in Montgomery County. I was in Clarksville earlier today, and the line was literally out the door. And the number of people, as we were standing with our team, who were honking their horns and celebrating as they drove by, was just really incredible. And we got reports back from Robertson and Cheatham, Williamson, of just great turnout for us. And so we're in a great position. We do need everyone who has not voted to put the jerseys on, get on the field, and vote on December 2nd. It's so critical. We can't risk anything in this, because my opponent is as far left as you can get.
Well, you know, we will cover these radical concepts that she espouses. We talk about some of the things that she believes in. But I want to spend a moment and give you an opportunity to talk to the voters of the 7th Congressional District that maybe like to wait till Election Day to go vote about what you believe in and what you will take to Washington, D.C., and what you believe in terms of representing the people of the 7th.
Well, I appreciate that. And to start, I'm just going to go back through my background here real quick. I'm a Christian, a husband, a father. I'm an America First conservative. I'm a combat veteran. I'm a West Point grad, part of the class of 9/11, and was an Army helicopter pilot. I flew Apache attack helicopters, deploying to Iraq with that unit, and then served with the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, a Night Stalker, as a MH-47 Golf Chinook pilot, fully mission qualified. pilot in command, air mission commander, and outstation commander, deploying to Afghanistan 8 times with that unit. Came back and worked in small business here in Tennessee, served in Tennessee state government, most recently as the commissioner of the Department of General Services. And I'm still serving today in the Tennessee Army National Guard as a lieutenant colonel, as a deputy brigade commander. And the things that background is one of the differentiators. It's a background in service. It's a background in real world boots on the ground leadership, so that when we get to Congress, we will fight forward to advance America first, to fight alongside the president and the speaker. And there's a whole lot of things that we stand for: battling inflation, secure borders, tax cuts, protecting our kids, cheaper gas, supporting veterans and law enforcement, ending wars around the globe. And one of the things that I think we're hearing quite often is about cost of living. And it is a very good point. We have got to continue to address cost of living. And we're going to do that by addressing housing. We need more affordable housing for workers closer to their workplace, by continuing to keep taxes low, to cut more taxes, to cut red tape and have less regulations, to focus on getting healthcare costs under control. The president and the speaker have signaled their willingness to negotiate on healthcare. I think there are a couple of really good examples. When we look up to Clarksville, when government gets out of the way and the private sector is able to respond, we have 2 new hospitals going in Clarksville. That'll increase access, drive down costs. The competition will be really good, and we'll see good outcomes from that. We've got to continue to work price transparency, cost transparency, and quality outcome transparency in healthcare. We've got to continue to get the cost of at the pump and utilities lower, and we do that by unleashing America's energy dominance through oil, gas, and nuclear. And with all of that, child care is also something we need to continue to improve. I know I've got a young daughter right now, and my wife works full time, and so that's very apparent to us as well. And we're going to fight to do that so that our farmers, our families, our businesses can thrive, and we continue to push forward in a really great direction.
Matt Van Epps, our guest. He is running for the 7th Congressional District in the special election that culminates in the vote this coming Tuesday. We spoke about this a little bit yesterday when you were gracious enough to welcome Mike Johnson on the show with us, the Speaker of the House, and we had a brief conversation there. But I want to double down on it today. I mean, the margins cannot be more razor thin in the halls of Congress, and with Marjorie Taylor Greene announcing that she'll be retiring in January, I don't expect that seat will be immediately filled. So that makes it even more important that the Republican Party lock together to try to advance the ball before the midterm elections. I don't want 2026 to be a lost year because of gridlock, and I think it could be that very well if we don't win this election, Matt.
I think you're exactly right. As we talked with the speaker, and it was great that he was on your program. This is as close as it gets. When he's told me a number of times now, he doesn't think he's seen a more important or critical race, because we are that close. Where you look at the landscape across the country in California and these other races, it sometime next year. I mean, this could be down to just this thing, and even sooner could be down to this single vote. And it's about the direction we want to move this country. If we want to move it in a direction that supports America first and drives all of the great outcomes that we're seeing now, or if we want to move it in a socialist direction for values that are not good for our district, our state, or our country. And that's what this vote means. This is a vote for the very fabric of America, and it's why it's so important that your listeners, that folks in the Tennessee 7th Congressional District, get out and vote on December 2nd for Matt Van Epps.
Matt, people tell me that, Matt Van Epps is such an even-keeled guy. And I know you have to get this from time to time. And I think you take it as a badge of honor that Matt Van Epps is even-keeled. Some might even say a little boring. Now, I'm not saying that to knock you, but I don't think you're helping yourself, Matt, when you're standing next to Kid Rock on Broadway.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Matt, I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. And so honored to have his support and endorsement and his kind of calling out our opponent. But you might be right. I think it goes back to just years of training, Ranger School, survival school, combat, and trying to be unflappable during times of high stress and high emotion.
Well, listen, we wish you the best of luck. We thank you for making appearances on the show during the campaign. And, look, I want a commitment from you, Matt. If you win this congressional seat, please come on and speak to the people of the 7th Congressional District while you're sitting congressman. Will you agree to that? Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not going to monopolize your time, but I want to make sure that because if anything, we try to bring the elected officials to the people and ask the questions that the people are interested in hearing answers to. So we hope we can continue that down the road. And obviously, we wish you the best of luck this coming Tuesday. And unless it gets lost, I want to make sure that I wish you and your family a very special and happy Thanksgiving.
Matt, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And if I can just mention one final thing here, Meg and I are just saddened by this attack against 2 National Guardsmen who are deployed to protect our nation's capital. We're thinking about them and their loved ones. We're praying for them. We're praying for their families. I know that those responsible will be brought to justice. And it just goes to show, as we approach Thanksgiving, there's so many first responders, law enforcement, National Guard, military deployed to our communities and around the world who are there to protect us, keep us safe. I'm so grateful for them and their families. Wish them happy Thanksgiving and hope they get a moment to recharge. And we think about those defending our capital. Well, Matt, thank you so much.
Well, and thank you. Well, and let me, if you don't mind, 30-second follow up on this.
Yeah,
Matt. I got very, very emotional when I started the show today when we were learning about this attack against 2 National Guardsmen because we don't know the motives, the individual motives, and I'm not suggesting that I do. But at the same time, it causes me to reflect on some of the awful rhetoric that the political left has used against National Guardsmen here in Memphis, in our state, in Washington, D.C., and beyond, talking about ICE agents like they're Gestapo and making comparisons to Nazi Germany. It's this type of rhetoric that potentially can lead to an unhinged person feeling like they have permission to do these types of things. We got to stop this stuff.
I agree, Matt. It's totally unacceptable. These are patriots. These are our community members who put the uniform on to go out and serve and protect us. They're the ICE agents, the Tennessee Highway Patrol are just great people. I'm friends with so many current and former, both law enforcement and military, and they're one of us or our communities, and they decide to put themselves in harm's way every single day to protect us and our families, to give families in Memphis an opportunity to walk safely down the street. That's what they're doing in D.C. I'm so grateful for them. I'm so grateful for their families who are also serving when their law enforcement or military member serves as well.
Matt, thank you so much. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you get a little time off to spend with family and friends and then back after it leading up to Election Day this coming Tuesday. Thank you for being on with us, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Matt.
All right, take care. This is Matt Van Epps, running for the 7th Congressional District. Listen, I mentioned it to him. People say, well, Van Epps, he seems kind of boring. He seems kind of even-keeled. And I get that. That is in his personality. I understand that. But if you set these 2 candidates side by side, I don't think there's any question. Or even add the other candidates in the race. I don't think there's any question who the superior candidate is. Now, David is going to disagree with me when we come back from our break because David is an Afton-Bain voter. And I asked for Afton-Bain voters to make a call, to take a stand, and to explain to us why they've decided to vote for Afton. And we've got David on the line that's going to do just that right after this on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. You know, I love some of these keyboard warriors that hit us up on the super text line during these times. For example, 2242 says, Cash Patel, a.k.a. cross-eyed Johnny Quest, LOL, just another jackbooted thug of the MAGA Nazi regime of the one and only orange Jabba the Hutt. Sieg Heil, Cash Patel, Nazi salute. You know, sometimes I'm predisposed just to give people their telephone numbers on the radio. You know what I mean? Just announce the telephone number and let y'all deal with them. And so I don't have to. You're welcome to call 2242 express your disgust with the current administration. I'm happy to talk with you about it in a sensible, reasonable way. Speaking of that, David is on the line, and David says he's an Afton voter and wanted to express why. Thank you for holding, David. How are you?
I'm doing all right, Matt. I'm doing all right. And can I say a couple things real quick?
Yeah, of course.
One, I've been following you for a long time. Most of the time for S&G, but I got to tell you something. I like it when you get mad at folks, and you've been great on this station. Now, two, thank you for putting Kelly between me and that one call, or else I would feel as awkward as a preacher taking up a collection at a funeral. And I'm just thinking about all those clinics and vets out there who spay and neuter, who could have saved so much pain.
Yeah, no doubt.
That really broke my heart. But Matt, it's good to talk to you. I heard your challenge. I just wanted to call in and tell you why I'm going to do what I do.
Okay.
All right. Now, here's the thing. I've been around for a hot minute.
Hey, David, can I interrupt you for just a second? I'm sorry to do this.
Sure.
So I want to have a careful and considered conversation, and I don't want to rush you. And Jackson's given me the, hey, we got to go to the news sign. Do you have like 2 minutes or 3 minutes that you can wait and we can talk on the other side of the news?
My friend, I've been on hold for 30 minutes. I just got back from Waffle House, and I drank too much coffee. So if I come online and say, put me on hold, you know why.
All right. Well, I'm going to put you on hold. And you have time, David. Put the phone down, hit the head, get back to it, because I don't want to rush you. Because I'll get accused. You see, David, if I made you tell us why you vote for Afton in 20 seconds, then people go, oh, see what you did there, Murphy. You asked for people to call, and then you're rushing them, and I don't want all of that. So, David, you go. I like you already because you're hitting Waffle House. I didn't know Afton Bain voters ate at Waffle House. See, I learned something new. I thought y'all went over to woke Cracker Barrel. That's a joke, Cracker Barrel. That's a joke. 2 more hours to go. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.